Where to begin? The Wink Hub. Don't buy it. Yeah, that's a good way to start this video. Alright, I do apologize if I'm moving a little bit quickly. I'm very frustrated right now as my computer has stopped recording this video by itself 4 times now, and I have no idea why, so let's hope that it's not going to happen again. Okay, update. I just did some research on the internet, and it actually turns out that if you have Power Nap turned on your Mac, then it just magically stops your video recordings for some reason. That makes no sense, but whatever. I turned it off. I fixed the issue. Okay, so we've got the Wink Hub 2, or as I like to call it, the Wink Extortion device 2, because that's exactly what it is. It was great because you could put all of your devices under one single app, under one location, and not have to worry about having to buy all of these different hubs and adapters for the smart home products that you got. This is a great device for pairing all of those devices, with the exception of Philips Hue, and not having to buy all of those hubs. It supports Z-Wave, Zigbee, Bluetooth, low energy, a bunch of other protocols that I'm not too familiar with right now. But either way, it was the best device to link all of those devices together. Now, moving on to the extortion part. If any of you have been keeping up with the latest tech news, you should have seen an announcement from Wink saying that they are going to start charging their customers $4.99 per month just to continue using these products. So yes, the products that I own, this hub, my smart ceiling fan controller, all of my smart home products, I now have to pay $4.99 a month if I want to keep using them through Wink. That is just downright extortion. And I really do not care how Wink's legal team has classified this. It is extortion, no matter how much they say that it's not. It is extortion because you charged people for a product saying that they own it, and now you're saying, oh, you own it, but you don't. Like, no, that's not how that works. Originally, Wink had set this deadline for May 13th. They had announced it on, I think, like May 5th or something. Needless to say, they gave less than a 1-week notice. As expected, they received a lot of pushback. So they were able to extend that deadline to May 20th. I don't think that's a solution. I think that's just pushing the extortion back further, making the bad news last longer. And well, really, Wink set themselves up for failure with this. I believe they sold these devices pretty close to what it costs to make them. So that means Wink did not make any money off of selling any of these. And I think that was ultimately their downfall. That is what is hurting them, and that is why they are not able to afford to keep their company up and running. Now, some of you might be wondering, how does Wink have the ability to completely disable someone's smart home? Well, respective disable their Wink smart home. When you are controlling your smart home devices from your phone or tablet or wherever, what happens is your phone or tablet will send a signal to Wink's servers. It does not send a signal to this, it sends a signal to Wink's servers. It goes over the internet. Once it pings Wink's servers, Wink will then send a signal back to this device to then control your smart home. So one of the pros is security, obviously. Also, you're getting it for the hassle-free setup. Like, it's super easy. You just buy the hub, plug it in, download the app, and open up the app, and it guides you through everything. Even the app will tell you how to add all of your individual smart home products. So it's not like you have to go through the instructions of all of those devices. And the cons, the obvious one, you got to pay $4.99 a month. But another one is that you're limited only to Wink compatibility. So yeah, even though this is designed to work with a lot of other devices, I still suggest doing the research first and finding out if the device you are going to buy will be compatible with this. I don't know if I already mentioned it about the Philips Hue lights. I think I did. Well, just in case I didn't, I bought Philips Hue lights to use with this hub, and I did not realize that Philips Hue lights are proprietary and they require their own hub. So yeah, just do your research. And there's some things that I wish Wink would do to potentially try and correct this, but I highly doubt any of these two things are going to happen. Probably the most practical way would be for them to unlock their API from the hub. So this would be ideal for people that don't really care about the security aspect, or they feel that their smart home is already secure enough, they don't need some other company to worry about that for them. This would be great for Wink to unlock that API, because then this turns into a hub like hosted on the local network, meaning whatever you do on your phone, would just get sent directly to the hub and then sent to your devices, as opposed to being sent over the internet to Wink, from Wink back to the hub, back to your devices. And then another thing they could do is issue some kind of recall or buyback program. And this is the one that I know is definitely not going to be super practical, because if Wink is asking, no, if Wink is extorting their customers and charging them $4.99 a month, I highly doubt they have the funds to issue a buyback or a recall program for this. But I mean, it would be nice to just give this back and get, like, I don't know, 30-40% of the price of what I paid for it, at least something. But given that this is a piece of shit, probably not going to happen. So, moving on to the alternatives. This isn't an alternative. That's just a remote. Okay, that one I didn't want to fall, but oh well. This is a Pine 64. This is not the greatest example. Let's pretend that this is a Raspberry Pi. Now, for those of you that don't know, a Raspberry Pi is just a mini little computer that is just a circuit board about the size of a credit card, and it's capable of doing a lot. One of these capabilities, you can get multiple little sensors. So like these same sensors that are included in that Wink hub that I just chucked on the floor, you can buy a little zigbee adapter, you could buy a Z-Wave adapter. I know Raspberry Pi already has Bluetooth, so you don't have to worry about that. You can buy all of those modules that your smart home devices use, attach them to the Raspberry Pi, and then program them to work with the devices. I just made that sound so simple, but it does require a little bit of programming. Honestly, if you know how to read stuff on the internet and if you know how to copy and paste, I think you can do it. Another alternative would be to see if you have any existing hubs for your other devices. So for my Philips Hue lights, like I said, I had to buy its own hub in order for it to actually work. I did a little bit of research and discovered you can pair other Zigbee devices to this. So I also have a bunch of these light bulbs that I cannot reach right now because my headset is very small. Hang on. So I have a bunch of these light bulbs. They're called Cree connected bulbs. I think they've been discontinued, but either way, they're still very good bulbs. They're just generic Zigbee light bulbs. As it turns out, you can pair them to this hub. Now, I know some of you are thinking, wow, I can just buy any Joe Schmo light bulb and have it work with Apple HomeKit. No, that's not how that works. So if you pair both of these non-Philips Hue light bulbs to the Philips Hue bridge, yes, you will be able to see them under the Philips app. You will not see them in Apple HomeKit. It will not show up there because these are not certified accessories to work with Apple HomeKit. There is a workaround, so you can get them to pop up on HomeKit, but that's another video for another day. I'm blending topics here. I apologize. But yes, anyways, if you have other hubs, do some research on them, find out what protocol they have, and you may be able to utilize that existing hub for those other devices. And well, last but not least, really, this is just the if all else fails option. If you're not able to find another solution, you'll just have to bite the bullet and go and buy those respective hubs. That's what I am eventually going to have to do. Luckily, I was able to save myself with the Philips Hue bridge, and I don't have to buy a hub for my Cree lights, but I need to buy the hub for Lutron, because my Wink hub used to be the source for all of my Lutron switches, and now that is no longer existent, so yeah, I gotta dish out some money to buy that hub. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed.